this is not about. This does not seem about a serene memory. Lucy looks around. She sees on the bed in the apartment a fretted morning gown, as well as the bed itself seems fretted. The bed sheets look filthy, as if the victim hasn't cleaned them for a while. And it is most likely that the victim is probably wearing or had been wearing the morning gown quite frequently and most of the time. And on the floor next to the bed, Lucy sees a pair of fretted slippers. They have the same size as the victim's feet, and most likely that Karen Leaves walked in them all day long. Lucy again takes a whiff of the slippers. Yeah, they smell heavily after feet sweat. So the murderer probably caught the victim in her fretted morning gown, as well as in her fretted slippers. And he undressed her and dressed her in her best Sunday clothes. Lucy again scrutinizes the victim. Karen Leaves. No, the clothes seem to belong to her. They are not too big, they are not too tight. It is her size, as well as the shoes. They are her size. It all appears to be that these clothes belonged to the victim. Lucy tries to make sense of it. She distances herself from the table, and it all seems like that the table is the center of all attention, as if one's eye would be immediately drawn to the center of the table. Even though it is a single table, it was supposed to be for two people. Who is the second one? Maybe the killer imagined himself as the second one who would join this festive occasion, because if you, or mostly people, commemorate something together, maybe this is what this is all about a lost commemoration, or that the victim supposed to be or did not commemorate a special occasion, looked far away into the distance, didn't care about it, and then she was punished for it. Her eyes gorged, her ears and tongue cut off. This is not about punishment to this toward someone's face. It does not look like it, because mostly some psychopaths this toward someone's face in order to make them unrecognizable, in order to rob them of their special features, so that they assume that this person then would become nobody and no one would ever recognize them, would not know who they are, and this would be a punishment. But this is not the case here. The nature of the punishment is not quite clear. Was it because the victim did not commemorate a special occasion, or was it just punishment course she would not listen, see, or speak. Lucy tries to put her into the killer, tries to see the world from his perspective, tries to make sense of this all. She tries to put together all the information she has into a framework, and she thinks about it deeply. You know, it is a special day. You know that this is the day you always commemorate it. Something special, a special occasion. Only you and close family members know what this is all about. You eat dumplings on this special day. It is night. You have been waiting for it. You have been thinking about it. It is a commemoration, but it is still with pain. You have lost something, a thought, something happened. It is not easy to think about what happened, but you still commemorate it. You go home in the expectation that you will be there with family members. You will be there with someone. You enter the home. You prepare the table. But somehow something is different. You have changed. That's why something is different for you, because you cannot continue as it is. From now on, or up, till now, it was always the same commemoration. You always commemorated and celebrated the occasion. But then you snap. Something has changed. You cannot look at it anymore. You cannot hear it anymore. And you cannot speak about it anymore. Your gaze is in the distance. You see something else. You see in this whole thing something different. People who put on new dresses, imagine that they would be different, but you still see that nothing has changed at all. These are the same people. This is the same cause. And you more and more see, and you more and more grasp that there is no place for you on the table, because it was never your table. It was never meant for you. You did not have a part in it. So you lost yourself. You lost your way in it. You don't want to keep this memory anymore. Why would you keep this memory? Because this is not a good memory. This is not a good thought. You think it's useless. Think it's useless to go on like this. That's why you ended it. You did not preserve it. It was useless to preserve something which has no taste, which has no joy, which does not fill you with fulfillment. No, you ended something which was already fading, which had already lost any taste and value for you. You ended it because you could not look at it anymore, because you could not hear it anymore, and because you didn't want to talk about it anymore. You wanted it to stop. But you were not interested in stopping time. No, this was not your goal. You wanted to move on. You wanted to reach the next level in your life. You wanted this to leave behind. Lucy's thoughtful. She's thoughtful because she cannot understand why the victim was chosen. Karen leaves. She didn't have many friends. Lucy sees her Facebook account. She has only a few friends and almost no close friend. Close friends are those with whom you make selfies with, and celebrities is not do not count as close friends. So Karen was asocial. She ate dinner alone at home, and despite of the fact she was chosen, Glenn enters the scene. He looks around and then his gaze is stuck on Lucy again. It seems like that Glenn has already a theory, but he is not willing to share it with Lucy. Again, he looks at her contemptuously, and in disgust, he asks her, "Are we done?" So that forensic can wrap it up. Lucy nods in approval. She looks around the crime scene. She tries to imagine how the killer knew about the victim. Because since the victim was not much in society, she must have drawn his attention on a special occasion. Maybe while she applied for a job, or while she went out on rare occasions to buy her something. Lucy does not see any booze in Karen's home, so she was not an addict, and Karen did not have any indications that she was a drug addict. She was a little bit chubby because of the fast food. She ate a lot, but that's all. So it is a big question: how did the killer select her, or why did he select her?